Hello again. Almost seems as minutes has passed. Well, it's just 1 minute actually. So yeah, I just wanted to do this video on my origins of pipe smoking, really, and why I perhaps, on reflection, prefer flakes, and certainly the rum-based navy kind of flakes wherever I can get them, as my favourite. Yeah, so we're going back 12 years, and I just started smoking. I was living in a village at the time, on a village green. I had living in a 100-year-old cottage that I was renting off my girlfriend at the time, who had moved down to Bristol. So I was staying there, and across the village green inevitably was a village pub which I used to frequent and drink real ale, proper beer. Cheers, Tim, and the professor. Yeah. So I got to know this guy in there who, got on with really well. He wasn't a pipe smoker. He smoked roll-ups, and he smoked thousands of them. Stuff we call Old Holborn, which, again, prior to smoking pipe, I was a roll-up smoker, and I tried some of that, and my God, that's strong stuff. Well, it was to me at the time. And another thing that was prevalent at the time was, and a few other people in the pub were doing this, was to go over to France, about France mainly, and Belgium, and just bag loads of tobacco and booze, bring them back at a very cheap price and sell them on, making a profit, but still cheap to the people who are buying them in the UK, with all the taxes going up and the duty being put on them. So we decided to do that. Now, as a new pipe smoker, I had only access to the standard supermarkets. I had no real tobacconists near me, well, not that I knew of at the time. It was your Clan stuff, your Condor, Mellow Virginia, and St Bruno's. Now, I had tried St Bruno's Ready Rub, that's all I got hold of, and was quite enjoying that. But again, I was disappointed in the limited variety of stuff I could get. So we decided to join the bandwagon with everyone else. I had a Land Rover Discovery at the time that we would pop down to France and get some tobacco. But we'd heard from someone that there was a place in Belgium that kind of specialised in tobacco, cigars, cigarettes, roll-up tobaccos and pipe tobacco. So I thought, okay, maybe they'll have a much better variety for me to choose from there. So we drove down to Folkestone, planned a weekend in the summer. It turned out to be a beautiful weekend. Got onto the Eurostar, fantastic. You just literally drive down there. You don't even have to get out of your car. Drive onto the train, sit in your car, 25 minutes under the tunnel, a bit claustrophobic and dark, out at the other end of Calais, drive off the train, straight onto the motorway, you're off. So our first port of call was, let's stock up first of all. We drove on the north coast of Belgium, through Dunkirk, and I think an hour beyond there to a little town called Kierkegaarden or Kirkenhal, I can't remember, I'm probably completely mispronouncing that. And it was quite a surprise, we had the directions on there, which the guy had written down prior to coming out. And we expected to park this massive warehouse, or a very large warehouse, or a industrial unit or something like that. But no, it was like a little street, there was hardly any cars parked on it, we didn't see very many people, it was almost in a residential estate. And there was this little corner place which looked like a shop, just an ordinary little shop. We walked in there, not much space, big wooden counter with meshed windows, wire windows, and behind the guy was just a list of all the stuff that they did. And we had people in front of us, and we'd see they put their order over, and he'd slip it through the back, and obviously as he opened the door there was a kind of a big warehouse at the back. I guess it was just houses knocked down. So the guy I was with was looking up there and putting his order in, and I was thinking, oh right, that's the pipe tobacco. It's still disappointing. Again, it was Clan, it was Mellow Virginia, it was Condor, but they did some flakes as well. They did do some Brunos, oddly enough, if I recall, so I would have got some of that. But they did Erin Flake, which I'd heard was a reasonably good tobacco, and two others which I've never heard of, Capstan Navy Flake, both in yellow and blue tins. At the time I'd never re-heard of them, and I didn't know what the difference was. But not wanting any of the others, I thought, well, okay, I'll go for this. And these are all shrink wrapping tins of, the little tins of flakes that you still get in, shrink wrapped in tins of 20. So I bought 20 Erin and 20 of the Capstan blue and yellow respectively. finished our business up, loaded the car, and the guy with me was just getting ridiculous, and I was worrying that we were just going to get pulled up by customs with the sheer variety of got, that he'd got. Are you going to smoke those all yourself, sir? Really? All those variety? Or will you be selling them on? It never happened, we got away with it in the end. But what we did was we thought we'd carry on, and it was still fairly early. We had some lunch in the town because we were quite hungry by then. Then we decided to drive down to Bruges. So we got there in the afternoon, did the sightseeing bit, lovely old medieval town, very cosy, very quaint. The shops all along these cobbled streets, and I bought another pipe down there as well, which I'll show you, a Chapuis Conroy. I've still got it, I'll show you that one day. And then later on towards the afternoon, again, it was very, very warm. We came across this big cobbled square, huge thing, with obviously these wonderful sculptured architectural buildings on the outside. I think one of them might have been the town hall. But inside that they had all these kind of open air cafes and little pubs or tavernas, whatever they call them in Belgium, I don't know. But we decided to sit out al fresco, have a couple of beers and have a smoke. So I think I bought 2 or 3 pipes, that's all I had at the time, plus the one I just bought, and I didn't want to break that in while we were sitting out in the square. So I had mine, what I believe now was the very first pipe I bought. One I'll show you one day because it was chosen by my daughter when she was about 9. So I hadn't got used to sort of the folding and stuffing method of flakes, so I just rubbed this stuff out on the table and put it in, and it just by luck it had gone brilliantly. I'd packed it right, I'd lit it, and because I was so relaxed, we're having a beer and there was a smell of cooking going on. I think they had these racks of chicken grilling on there, and obviously the cafes around, the garlic, and just the gentle hum of the people, the weather. It was wonderful, and it was just a great smoke, and that continued for the rest of those 3 days we were away. My packing was going incredibly, luckily well, and we'd stay in the evening into B&Bs. We'd go to a little pub again, have some wine, have something to eat, and you could smoke anywhere those days in France. I think you still can in France, whereas we can't nowadays. And the smoking was going great. And I decided, this is no frustration whatsoever, I'm going to carry on pipe smoking, which I did. And I think we carried on going there once a month for probably not that long afterwards, a few months after. So I'd obviously had a pretty good stockpile of tobacco there. And then we parted company. I can't remember whether he moved away, we'd had a contretemps or something like that, or I moved away, but we stopped going over to France. And I know at the time after that in the UK, I seem to recall, whether I tried enough or not, once I got rid of all the stockpile of the Capstan I had, I couldn't get it anymore. So alas, that's why I have a preference for, not the good memories, but just the taste, any Navy flakes with that rum casing on it. But when I see some of you guys, you pick up your little tin of Capstan blue or yellow, it has wonderful nostalgic memories for me. So that's a little history about me and my pipe smoking origins. But what I'd like to know again is if I saw some videos way back, was what's your favourite smoke, and I have a feeling, or I recall, they were to do with what's your best pipe and tobacco combination. Correct me if I'm wrong. I just want to extend that a little bit, harking back on what I've just said, is where everything has gone together, whether it's lately or at the beginning of your smoking hobby, where things have just gone right. It's the pipe, it's the tobacco, the company you're with, the food you just eaten, the location you are, the weather, the season, whatever it is, all combined to just make that a wonderful smoking experience. And I'd really be interested to hear it. So I don't know whether it's a little bit early in my YouTube pipe presenting not career, what's a stupid word to say, but to be asking that kind of thing. But try have a go, I'd love to hear it, and I'll keep a lookout for that. So again, I'm up to 9 minutes now. I've waffled on, I really am sorry. I hope that was even vaguely interesting. If it wasn't, just be kind to me, let me know. But I'm going to play it through and see how I feel about it. So I'm going to put more videos up, hopefully. I was worried I wasn't going to have anything to say, and now all of a sudden, during the day after my first video went up yesterday, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I want to say that, So yeah, we'll see. My mouth might runneth over if it hasn't done already. See you guys, really enjoying this. Take care, bye bye.